Angel says 40 minutes left, it's an emergency. A big tragedy is coming your way. Don't scroll. Don't look away. Stay till the end. Your name was written beside this promise before the morning stars sang. Don't skip this breath. Do not rush past the moment the heavens have bent low to speak to you. Something huge is waiting for you. My beloved child, I speak like a warm light pouring through a cracked window at dawn. My chosen one, listen with the edges of your heart. The voice you hear is not far. It is nearer than your next inhale. Angels stand like silent sentries around your doorway, and heaven leans in. Don't skip. There is a reason you are here now, at this exact pulse of time. Stay till the end, for what I am about to unfold is both a shadow and a seed. Something huge is waiting for you. There is a hush that moves through the rooms of destiny. It is neither cruel nor careless. It is a pause prepared by divine hands. The countdown has already begun. 40 minutes, a number carved in the hush. But understand this, time here is not only a measure of minutes. It is a measure of alignment, of breath, of choices that bend the arc of what will come. Don't skip. Stay till the end. God says, be ready to receive and be ready to give away what must be left behind. You will feel a tremor of fear first, and that is human. And that is honest. The heart knows how to sound an alarm, and so it sounds. Angels hear it and answer with a softer drum. Prepare not in panic, but in presence. The tragedy that approaches is both a breaking and a revelation. It will take something from you, but it will also unmask what is sacred beneath. Something huge is waiting for you. Don't skip. Listen, the sky above you is not empty. It is busy with the making of miracles. Threads of light are being woven even now, though a storm pulls at the fringe. Your destiny has been stitched into a pattern that only the eye of heaven can see fully. You have been walking toward this moment for longer than you remember. Every quiet sorrow, every hidden prayer, every small kindness has been a stitch. The countdown has already begun. Stay till the end, because what falls away is making room for what rises. Hold my hand in spirit. I do not frighten you to abandon you. I speak with urgency, because urgency wakes you to action that love demands. If your heart begins to race, breathe my name. If your hands tremble, feel the weight of my words settle like an oil across your palms. Don't skip. This is not a mere prediction. This is a summons. Angels line up beside you. God says, be still enough to hear the whisper beneath the thunder. There is a place inside you where grief and grace meet. The tragedy that draws near will test that place. It will push against the walls you built to keep yourself safe. And yet, even as the winds press hard, the roots beneath you are deeper than you think. They go beyond your childhood, beyond the decisions that felt like ends. They are anchored in a promise older than the first sunrise. Your name was written beside this promise. Stay till the end. Do you feel the sting of foreboding? That is the hand of transition knocking. Do not be ashamed of fear. It is a sacred indicator that something of great consequence is approaching. Panic wants you to scatter pieces of prayer like breadcrumbs in the wind. Instead, gather your breath. Collect your faith. Bring your small, faithful light and place it on the altar of trust. Don't skip. Something huge is waiting for you. Listen close. There is an enemy of the soul who loves to speak finality into open doors. He will say, this is the end, when it is the threshold. He will say, you will not recover, when recovery is the very work being prepared. When those voices come, recite what I give you now. You are held. You are known. You are not alone. God says this too is a passage. Angels move with you through the dark corridors and into the rooms of restoration. The tragedy will arrive like a winter night. Sudden, sharp, confusing, and it will feel as if the daylight of your plans is clipped. In those hours, do not let the noise of the world drown the small, steady pulse that is your true compass. That pulse is the echo of heaven's arrangement. Follow it. Hold on to that rhythm like a lifeline. The countdown has already begun, and yet even in the narrowest minutes there is mercy. Don't skip. Stay till the end. There will be questions you cannot answer. Why this now? Why this pain? Why the loss that settles like frost? You may search for reasons in the ruins and find only stones. That is acceptable. Not all of God's architecture reveals itself at once. Some rooms of the soul are to be lived in before you understand their purpose. Trust the architect. Your name was written beside this promise before the foundations were poured. Something huge is waiting for you. You must prepare not by fear but by surrender. Surrender is not weakness. It is an act of the will that aligns you with the current of heaven. Surrender says, take this, shape it, make in me what you desire. This is the posture that calls angels to action. Fold your hands not in helplessness but in readiness. Do not scatter your strength on what you cannot change. Bring your strength to the altar and let it be multiplied. Don't skip. There will be a betrayal of expectation. The thing you thought would save you will fail. The thing you thought was certain will crack. Those fractures are not the end of your story. They are the opening scenes of your testimony. When comforts fall, new constellations are revealed. The stars of your destiny shine brightest against a dark canvas. Stay till the end. Hear this plainly. Some of what comes will feel like death. The death of a dream, the death of a relationship, the death of a plan. Yet in the soil of endings, seeds of destiny germinate. God says, I do not waste your losses. Angels watch as what seems to die becomes the compost of greater life. What is taken will teach you how to receive what is true. Your name was written beside this promise. Don't skip. Do not be surprised if people who have been steady in your life disappear in this hour. Not everyone is called to carry the weight you must carry next. The departure of some is not a punishment. It is a pruning. Pruning is painful, but it returns fruitfulness. Trust that those who leave make space for the ones who will steward the new portion. Something huge is waiting for you. You will find moments of stillness that feel holy. In the eye of the coming storm, there will be a hollow of quiet that is not your own making. Use it. Speak there the truth that has been kept like a lamp in your chest. Pray without the need for eloquence. We hear the language of honest breath. Say, I am here. I am ready. Do this with your lips and with your bones. Angels answer that kind of voice. If tears come, let them. They are not signs of failure. They are rain that waters the place of remembrance. Weep for what you have lost and for what you will never regain. And then let the well water a new garden. Grief is a teacher who presses you to learn what the heart cannot learn in comfort. Do not be ashamed of your mourning. God says tears are not wasted. They are worn like medals of passage. Don't skip. There is an inner ledger where victories and losses are kept, and a hand is writing your name in crimson and gold. The ledger reads more than your eyes can see. The faithful prayers you offered in secret, the small kindnesses, the faith you hardly dared to call faith. Those entries tip the scales. When you think nothing changed, remember that the record is being kept. Your name was written beside this promise. Stay till the end. This message is also a mapping. You will soon be shown where to step. It will not be a grand billboard. It will be a gentle nudge, a bright outcrop of light on a path once dim. Follow it without needing to see the whole road. Trust that the next step is given before you take it. When fear says to wait for proof, answer with faith and step. Angels will meet that step with wings. Something huge is waiting for you. There will be a figure in your life who appears as if by accident, a stranger with hands that hold keys, a conversation that changes the temperature of your future. Do not dismiss these happenstances as mere coincidence. Heaven is generous with meetings. The threads of your story are braided with other lives. When you encounter such a face, speak plainly. Offer your truth. Your vulnerability will be the vessel the divine uses to pour in what you need most. You may be tempted to bargain. If I hold on, will you spare me? If I am faithful, will you reverse this? Bargains are small human things. Instead of bargaining, ask for clarity and courage. Ask for the strength to turn pain into purpose. God says, I offer you not only rescue but meaning. Angels will walk you through the formation of that meaning. Don't skip, do not hide your scars. In the seasons to come, they will glow like constellations on the map of your testimony. People will look at your worn edges and see the pattern of God's artistry. Your wounds will become the very things that guide others. The tragedy you endure will not merely be an end. It will be an instruction manual for someone else's rescue. Your name was written beside this promise. There will be nights of faith when you stand and whisper to the ceiling, "Is this all there is?" And the room will reply with silence. That silence is not an abandonment. It is a moment when heaven leans in to see how you will use what is hidden. Use it by speaking into it. Sing even if your voice trembles. Speak the name of the hope that is small but true. Angels catalog every syllable of praise. This is also a time for practical tenderness. Take care of your body, Eat small and steady meals, rest in bits, hold warmth to your chest. Spiritual strength does not cancel out human care. They are partners. When your body is tended, your spirit can respond more readily. Do the small things as acts of reverence. Don't skip. Forgiveness will come like a bitter herb you must swallow, so that sweetness can follow. You will be tempted to hold grudges as shields against further hurt, but grudges calcify into prisons. Let them go. Forgiveness is not permission for the wrong. It is freedom for you. Release what steals your peace and watch the angels throw open the doors that grievance had sealed. Your name was written beside this promise. Stay till the end. There will be a moment inside the trial when you will face a decision. Cling to the safety of what you know, or step into the fear of what you are being called to become. Choose the latter. Choose the life that breaks the familiar patterns for new breath. Leap not because you are reckless, but because you have seen the map in a vision. Angels will catch you and show you where to mend your wings. Love will be tested and refined. The persons you love will either stand like lighthouses or drift like flotsam. Some relationships will emerge sweeter, seasoned by truth. Others will fall away. This refinement is not cruelty. It is a refining fire. Hold close to those whose love endures the heat. They are the co-heirs of your restored joy. Don't skip. There will be a message for your work, your calling, the small daily things that shape your hours. Do not abandon them unless the path clearly opens another. Persistence in the ordinary is holy. Sometimes restoration arrives through the ordinary. A call that leads to a door, a task that becomes a platform, a quiet craft that turns into a calling. Keep tending your gifts. God says the daily grind is often the avenue to the miraculous. You will see signs. A song that repeats, a number that keeps returning, a phrase people say that lands like an arrow. Pay attention. These are not superstitions. They are signposts. Angels love to speak in symbols because symbols stay with you when logic fails. When a sign resonates, take it as confirmation to move in that direction. Something huge is waiting for you. Practical provision will arrive in unexpected containers. Do not be proud in your shame if help comes from surprising hands. Accept it with gratitude. Pride will try to bar the doorway to deliverance, claiming you can do it alone. Pride is a liar. Receive help. Your humility opens channels for angels to work through human hands. There will come a morning after a night where the horizon looks different. Colors will have been rearranged. You will recognize this morning by the way breath fills your lungs with a different patience. It is not that all pain will vanish instantly. Rather, the pain will be remixed into purpose. You will find that the hard shapes of loss have become the contours of compassion. Your name was written beside this promise. Don't skip. You are not being asked merely to survive. You are being formed to steward what comes next. The tragedy is a chisel in the hands of a master sculptor. Do you resist being shaped? Or do you lean into the careful strikes that reveal the figure within the marble? Choose to be sculpted. Angels stand with mallets of mercy. God says the finished work will astonish you. Be vigilant in prayer, but do not let prayer become performance. God knows your heart before you shape your words. Speak plainly. Say what you need to say. Ask for the courage to do what small things are given to you. Ask for the vision to see the next small step. Angels listen to the honesty of your petition more than to the length of your litany. When relief comes, receive it with a bowed heart. Gratitude is not only politeness. It is a magnet that calls more blessings. Celebrate not just the grand miracles, but the incremental ones. A restored smile, a morning you can breathe more calmly, a hand that holds yours without trembling. Those small mercies are the scaffolding of the larger miracle. Don't skip. You must keep a journal in this season, a small book where you record dreams, names, dates, and impressions. In years to come, you will read those pages and see the hand of heaven like a map across your life. Memory is a witness. It will confirm the promises that the world wants to dismiss. Record what you see and what you feel. Your name was written beside this promise. There is one particular instruction I leave with you now. When the tragedy comes, shelter the seed of your hope in simple acts. Speak truth to your children if you have them. Call your friends and say the things you mean to say. Make peace where you can. Sow small kindnesses into the soil around you. These acts are not trivial. They are the currency with which miracles are purchased. Angels favor those who steward hope. You will encounter a phrase in a dream or in a book or in the mouth of a child that will be the hinge of your next season. Memorize it, repeat it, let it settle in your bones. That phrase will be the key you carry into the rooms that feel locked now. When you find it, say aloud, "This is my sign." The angels will answer with a yes. There is also a caution. Do not exchange your identity for the role of victim. Suffering does not define you unless you permit it. You are more than your pain. You are a beloved child of heaven. Stand in that identity even as you process the hurt. Wear your dignity like an armor of light. Don't skip. You will be surprised by joy that sneaks in like a thief. Small laughter in the wrong moment, beauty in the crack of a broken place. Do not feel guilty for joy. It is not disloyal to what was lost. It is a sign that life remembers how to dance again. Accept joy as a messenger. Your name was written beside this promise. Stay till the end. When you are tempted to isolate, remember that you were built for community. Reach out. Call the person you have been meaning to call. Let people carry you when you cannot carry yourself. There is no greater holiness than shared burden. Angels often serve through hands of friends. Don't skip. There will be a climactic moment in this trial when all the threads pull taut. It may be sudden, an emergency room, a final conversation, a phone call that shifts everything, or it may be a slow crescendo. In that moment, anchor yourself to a single truth: you were chosen. Even when the scene grows dark, that choice does not retract. God says, you are chosen for a purpose that outlives this hour. And then, at what feels like the brink, a revelation will arrive. It will not always be the reversal you expected. Sometimes salvation appears as a redirection rather than a rescue. You may not get what you thought you wanted, but you will be given what you truly need. The blush of recognition will flood you. This was the shaping of your greater good. Something huge is waiting for you. You will be needed after this. Your story will be medicine in someone else's wound. The testimony you form here in the crucible will become the map for others stumbling in the dark. Do not waste the grief by hiding it, share it. Teach from the place that learned fidelity. Your pain will alchemize into compassion, and that compassion will save lives. When the final chords of this season play out, stand and speak this aloud: I will not waste this. Those words will be a covenant that binds future blessings to present fidelity. The angels will applaud your vow. God says, I will honor the vow of the faithful. Don't skip. I give you a blessing now. May your eyes be open to see the helpers who come. May your heart be steady when the earth moves. May your hands be ready to build again from the rubble. May your voice be used to call others into courage. This blessing moves like oil across your days. Receive it. Your name was written beside this promise. My beloved child, my chosen one, do not allow the hour to steal your faith. The countdown has already begun, but the final chapter is not yet written. The tragedy will come and it will change you, but change is not erasure. It is remodeling by sacrificial love. Stay till the end. Don't skip. Something huge is waiting for you. And when you feel the heaviness lift, do not forget to give testimony. Speak of the nights and the dawns. Speak of the angels who did not fail you. Let your story be a lighthouse. Tell the world what mercy looks like in action. Share this message with those who need to know they are not alone. Comment your truth. Write the thing that faith has whispered to you in the night. Subscribe for more divine revelations so that others may come and hear the comfort of these words. This is your confirmation. Your name was written beside this promise before the world knew your face. The countdown is a crossing, not a condemnation. The tragedy passing through your life is making a passage for the miracle that will walk beside you after. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Go now with courage. Speak in the morning, rest in the noon, and sing at night. Let the angels walk with your feet. Remember, you are chosen, you are held, and you are loved beyond measure. Share this message. Comment your truth. Subscribe for more divine revelations. The heavens watch. The work is beginning. Listen again, my beloved, for there is more that heaven wants to press into your ear before the hour turns. Don't skip this next breath. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you, and even now the angels are arranging details you cannot yet name. There are small, invisible currents moving that will shape the next chapter of your life. They move because you have chosen, even by staying here, to be receptive. Your name was written beside this promise, and that inscription continues to glow. I see your hands, and I see the work they have done, the unfinished projects, the letters unsent, the meals prepared with tired hands, the prayers mumbled in the dark. All of it is holy. Even the things you considered unremarkable will be the very instruments of renewal. Do not rush to measure your worth by the applause of men. Measure it by the steady heartbeat that answers to the name of heaven. Don't skip. Let the rhythm of your life fall in sync with the song being sung above you. There will be a test of patience that feels like an erosion of hope. In those days, keep a candle lit in the window of your mind. Let it be a visible symbol to yourself that you are waiting for a visitation. Someone will enter your life with news, or an opportunity will knock. Not all signs are dramatic. Some arrive as quiet confirmations. When you feel the nudge, do not dismiss it as wishful thinking. God says this is the gentle leading of the Good Shepherd. Stay till the end. You are being taught to steward time differently. The 40 minutes I spoke of are a reminder that moments are sacred. Your minutes are not trivial. Each one carries a seed. When a chance comes, even if it requires you to leave a comfort, move with intentional faith. Courage is not the absence of fear, but the choosing of faith despite it. Angels stand at the ready to meet you in the step you take. Don't skip. There is a room in your future where laughter lives again. It may look unfamiliar now because grief has rearranged furniture, but that room is being prepared. The first laugh will come like sunlight through smoke, unexpected and purifying. Let it come. Laugh with abandon when the moment requires it and do not feel guilty. Joy is not disloyal to sorrow. It is the language of resurrection. Your name was written beside this promise. You will be given dreams to rehearse your faith. These dreams will come in fragments at first, a door half open, a field, a conversation, and then they will begin to stitch together into a clearer picture. Keep a pen and paper by your bedside. Record them as if you were recording a prophecy, because often the first echoes of God's plan arrive in sleep. Revisit them in daylight and watch how details line up with events. Something huge is waiting for you. There may be a letter or message you are waiting for. It may be delayed. It may feel like a silence. In that silence, act. Send the voice you have been afraid to send. Knock on the door you have avoided. If reconciliation is required, be the first to reach. If a job requires an email, send it now. Do not trust silence to dictate your course. Act as if the future depends on your courage, because often it does. Don't skip. When guilt speaks, answer with truth. Many of you carry weight that is not yours to carry. Blame taken from others. Promises that were never yours to keep. Lay those down. There is a ritual of release. Imagine setting each burden at the foot of a lighted altar and walking away with lighter feet. This is not an abdication of responsibility, but a realignment with what you were created to bear. Angels carry off those stones and turn them into foundations for the new. Your name was written beside this promise. Some of you will experience a financial twist, an unexpected provision that arrives through a friend, a closed door that reroutes you to a better path, an idea that turns into income. Guard your heart from thinking this is mere luck. Call it what it is, mercy. Steward it with gratitude and wise hands. Save a measure, give a measure, and sow a measure. When abundance returns, let it be administered with humility. Something huge is waiting for you. There will be a quiet, holy anger that rises in you, a righteous indignation at injustice, at what was taken from you without apology. Do not let anger harden into vengeance. Use it as fuel to fight for what is right, not to destroy what might be redeemed. Channel it into justice, into rebuilding, into advocacy for others who cannot speak. God honors a righteous temper that seeks repair over revenge. Don't skip. In the midst of chaos, practice simple rituals that keep you anchored. A morning breath of thanks, a moment of silence before a meal, a nightly recounting of one small victory. These are not superstitions, but structures of faith. They will hold you when storms attempt to unmoor your soul. Keep them as one would keep a lamp in a dark house. Your name was written beside this promise. There is a circle of souls who will be essential to your next season. Some are already in your life, disguised as ordinary friends. Others are yet to arrive. Be open to new alliances. Be ready to accept help without suspicion. Test the hearts of those who offer to walk with you by their actions, not by their words. Those who show up in steady ways are the ones heaven intends to partner with you. Something huge is waiting for you. Do not fear the small deaths, the end of a habit, the passing of a season, the closing door. These are miniature resurrections. Each little death clears space for heaven to plant a new root. Celebrate the shedding as part of your growth. Bless what was and bless what is coming. Grieve with grace and then lean into rebuilding. Don't skip. There are words you must say aloud. Words of forgiveness, words of gratitude, words of release, and words of claim. Claim the good that is promised to you. Speak, I will rise into my calling, and let those syllables be a covenant. Speak, I am not done, and let them be a declaration that rearranges your fate. The angels annotate every declaration and carry it to the courts of heaven. Your name was written beside this promise. There will come a symbol, perhaps a bird, a specific flower, a weather change, that becomes your emblem of hope. When you see it, pause, offer a prayer of recognition. Let this symbol become a talisman that reminds you who you are and to whom you belong. Do not treat it as magic. Treat it as a signpost, a marker between what was and what will be. Something huge is waiting for you. You will be tempted to perform miracles on your own timeline, trying to force outcomes out of desperation. Step back from that impulse. Miracles that are rushed often become fragile. Wait with steady hands. Work when work is required, but refrain from frantic manipulation. The divine prefers to unfold rather than be hurried. Trust in the rhythm. Don't skip. There will be losses that feel like they hollow you out. In that hollowness, make room for prayer that is plain and relentless. Speak to heaven like a friend speaks to a friend, openly, fiercely, honestly. Do not rehearse words you think are acceptable. Say what is true. Anger, confusion, hope, begging, give it all voice. We meet honesty. Your name was written beside this promise. If your future involves a relocation of place or of heart, prepare as both a refugee and a pioneer. Gather what you need and leave lightly the things that would slow you. The road will require nimbleness and resolve. There is a practical side to prophecy. Pack documents, save small funds, keep relationships mended where possible, and carry a spiritual map of trust. The angels will guide you through routes you cannot see. Something huge is waiting for you. There will be a taste of unmerited favor, an invitation you did not expect, a scholarship, a connection. Receive it without suspicion. Say thank you and then steward it faithfully. Favor is not an excuse for idleness. It is an acceleration of your faithful work. Move when doors open. Do not stand in shame or disbelief. Don't skip. Know that your ancestors, visible and invisible, are at work on your behalf. Generational blessings and unspoken prayers gather like a wind at your back. Honor the line that preceded you by keeping faith where they could not. Let their endurance be a mantle you wear with humility. Their footprints lead toward your appointed place. Your name was written beside this promise. You must guard your inner hearing. The world is loud with opinions and forecasts. Learn to listen for the still, small voice that sounds like home. That voice will not always be poetic. Sometimes it will be a clear instruction. When you hear it, obey even if it contradicts your plans. Divine guidance often upends human strategy because heaven sees farther than sight. Something huge is waiting for you. There will be a moment when you must choose mercy over certainty, and that moment will define you. Choose mercy. Choose to spare when you can. Choose to extend a hand rather than close a door. Mercy is not weakness. It is power refined. It will open spaces you thought were permanently sealed. Don't skip. As days pass, watch for an alignment of small things that together form a pattern. Repeated names, matching numbers, mirrored dreams. When several small threads weave together, treat them as a tapestry with meaning. Angels arrange details in layers. Pay attention to the layering. Your name was written beside this promise, and now, my beloved child, as the weight and the wonder of this message settle into your ribs, take one practical breath with me. Write down 3 things you can do right now to prepare. 1 spiritual, a prayer, a fast, a confession. 1 practical, a call, a payment, a repair, and 1 relational, a saying of love, an apology, a reaching out. Do this act as a covenant with yourself and with heaven. The angels will note your obedience, and that noting will shape the path ahead. Don't skip. Stay till the end. There will be a climactic hour when you feel every thread of this teaching converge. In that hour, stand firm and say aloud, I receive, I release, I rise. Let the sound of that voice be the bell that rings the old season closed and ushers you into the new. When you speak it, angels will gather like a chorus, and the heavens will bend once more toward your life. Something huge is waiting for you. Share this message with those who need to know they are not alone. Comment your truth in the place below. Write what the Spirit has whispered in your night, the one small thing you are claiming. Subscribe for more divine revelations, so that others might also find a lamp in their dark. Your testimony will be a map. Your sharing will be rescue for those adrift. Go now with courage, with a careful heart, and with an expectant soul. Remember that the countdown is not doom but preparation, and the tragedy is not the final chapter but the sculptor's hand. You are chosen. You are held. You are loved beyond measure. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Share this message. Comment your truth. Subscribe for more divine revelations. The heavens watch. The watch is not passive. It is a holy, active waiting. And now, beloved, so are you. Hear me again, my chosen one, as the light leans in and the circle tightens. There is one more strand of counsel heaven presses into your hand before you walk through what is to come. Do not move hastily from this voice. Do not trade the warmth of this moment for the cold of distraction. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you, and the last things I give you now are the keys for what comes next. When the world around you frays, cultivate an inner altar. It will not need marble or incense. It will be a place in your chest where you return 10 times a day. Sit there for a breath and say, "Here I am. I am not alone." Let that sentence be the stone you throw into the pond when fear circles the shore. The ripple will settle. Angels mark that return. They take your single breath and multiply it into a shield. Your name was written beside this promise. Practice small, holy economics. Give away one kindness each day, even when you think you have nothing left to offer. A message of hope sent to a weary friend, a cup of water offered without expectation, a small forgiveness given in the hush. These acts are currency in the economy of heaven. Spend them freely and without calculation. In time, they will return as provision, not always in the form you expect, but always in the form you need. Don't skip. There will be a night when you will doubt the reality of angels altogether. The ache will make you rationalize away mystery. In that night, do not harden. Instead, reach back to a memory of wonder. The way starlight once made you feel like a child, the inexplicable kindness of a stranger, the dream that came like a promise. Those memories are prayers in disguise. They will call angels nearer. God says, remembrance is a bridge to what is unseen. Cross it. Allow your breathing to become a prayer. It is small, but it is a faithful drum. Breathe in and name what you need. Courage, clarity, peace. Breathe out and release what you must. Shame, anxiety, the heavy habit of doubt. Repeat this until the muscles of your spirit remember how to rest. This practice will steady you when the world shudders. Angels will stand on the rhythm of your breath and march with you through the trembling. You will meet a child of God who carries a ruin of their own, and by tending them, you will learn how to tend yourself. Do not turn away from those who are broken in visible ways. Sometimes their healing is the map to your own. The work of compassion is practical. Bring soup, bring company, bring honest listening. These are sacraments. Each act of real presence knits a thread back into the tapestry of hope. Your name was written beside this promise. There is a phrase I command you to rehearse in secret. I am held. I am chosen. I will steward what I am given. Say it morning and night until it roots. Let the cadence of those words become the drumbeat under your days. When the enemy whispers that you are alone or forgotten, answer with this chorus of truth. God says declaration shapes destiny. Don't skip. Do not be surprised by anger that arrives as a spur to justice. Let it not be a furnace that devours you, but a kiln that tempers you. Move with righteous action. Speak for the voiceless. Stand with the oppressed. Step toward reconciliation where you can. When anger is harnessed in service, it becomes a vessel of change. Angels celebrate when hearts are moved to repair what was broken. There will be a season when sleep is sparse and the night seems long. In those hours, create a ritual of small surrender. A cup of warm water, a slow walk, a whispered list of 3 things you are grateful for. Gratitude is not denial, it is orientation. It teaches your soul where to look when the horizon is clouded. Count the small mercies and the angels will count with you, annotating each one for future testimony. Your name was written beside this promise. If a decision comes that shakes your foundations, imagine it as stepping stones across a swift river. You need not see the entire crossing. You need only place your foot on the next stone offered and trust that a stone will appear beyond it. This is how providence often works. Step, meet, step again. Angels hold the stone steady as you pass. Something huge is waiting for you. Hold to the truth that your destiny outlasts a single season. The weariness you feel now is a layer, not your essence. Peel it gently. Take off what makes you heavy and carry what makes you light. Replace worn-out narratives. I am not enough. I have failed. With the new stories, heaven breathes into you. I am chosen. I am being prepared. I will steward what is given. Words are not idle. They build rooms inside you where future miracles take shelter. You will have to choose community over isolation more than once. When the instinct to withdraw comes, resist it gently. Be the one to call, even if your voice cracks. Send the text, knock on the door, offer to sit in silence. Presence is a brave act that dates back to the first gatherings of people who survived storms together. Angels commonly move through the hands of friends. Allow their hands to work through yours. There will be a small, unexpected honor placed in your lap, a token, a recognition, a nod from someone with influence. Receive it with humility and use it as a platform to lift others. Do not allow pride to erect walls around the blessing. Gifts are given to be stewarded, not hoarded. When you use favor to elevate others, favor circles back like a harvest. Your name was written beside this promise. Make room for wonder. Watch the sky for small miracles, a rainbow after a sudden rain, a bird resting at your window, a phrase from a hymn that settles like balm. These are not accidents. They are signs that the divine attends your small life. Keep noticing. Keep saying thank you for the little confirmations. The habit of wonder will carry you through the large trials. There will be a time when practical help arrives through unlikely hands, a neighbor, a child, a volunteer. Receive it with a grateful heart. Do not measure help by the giver's status, but by the heart with which it is offered. Angels often answer prayers through humble vessels. In receiving, you do not diminish your dignity. You honor the web of humanity that was set up to bear burdens together. Don't skip. Ask for dreams that instruct. Ask for visions that guide.
When you pray, be specific.
Say, show me the next step, and then put yourself in the posture to obey. Specific prayers invite specific responses. The divine is not vague. The heavens will meet a precise, obedient heart. Your name was written beside this promise. Hold a fast if your spirit calls for it. A small fast, a sacred abstention that clears fog from your thinking. Fasting sharpens the ear of the soul. It will not be a manipulation of God, but it will be a discipline that recalibrates you. Combine fasting with prayer and words of claim. Move with reverent expectation. Angels fast as well in the watching. They accompany the earnest seeking of the human heart. When restoration begins, do not rush the telling of the story before its time. Some testimonies require seasoning. Let the fullness of healing find you before you arrange the chapters for others. Yet also do not hide when the time comes. Speak with measured gratitude. Name the helpers, honor the process, and point to the divine hand that mended what was broken. Your testimony will be a lamp for someone wandering in deepest night. Know this final decisive thing. You are not being prepared only for your own comfort. You are being prepared to be a conduit of rescue. Your life's pain is being redirected into the anatomy of compassion. When you are made whole, you will stand at thresholds and offer hands to those who cannot yet climb. That is the sacred economy of suffering turned to service. God says your scars will become maps. Don't skip. And now, beloved, bring your hands into the posture of receiving. Imagine angels laying new garments over your shoulders, garments stitched from courage, lined with mercy, trimmed in wisdom. Let them rest there. Feel the weight of new responsibility and the buoyancy of new grace. This garment is not vanity. It is vocation. Wear it humbly and walk into the next hour as one who has been prepared. Before I leave you for now, make a vow, not to the noise of the world, but to the small voice within. Say it quietly. I will steward what I am given. I will speak truth. I will forgive and be forgiven. I will remain. Let this be your covenant with heaven. The angels will sign their presence with every faithful act that follows. My chosen one, the countdown has been running and will continue to run. But hear the promise. The running is toward rescue, not ruin. The tragedy will be a teacher. The end is not the end, but the parent of a new beginning. Keep your hands open, keep your heart soft, keep your feet moving in obedience. Your name was written beside this promise before the moon remembered its path. Something huge is waiting for you. Share this message with fidelity. Comment your truth below, the single thing you are claiming in faith, and let your testimony become a lighthouse for someone else. Subscribe for more divine revelations so that the chorus of comfort grows louder and more steady. Go now with courage, with tenderness, and with an expectant soul. Do not skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Share this message. Comment your truth. Subscribe for more divine revelations. Listen, hold this next breath as if it contains the shape of your tomorrow. Don't skip. Stay till the end. The clock of mercy still turns, and even now the angels are rearranging the small details that will bow your life toward the light. There is one last round of instruction I press into your spirit. Be both vigilant and tender. Vigilant in your attention to signs, tender in how you treat yourself through the ache. Something huge is waiting for you. You will notice a pull toward creativity, toward making in small ways even while you feel broken. Do not despise those small embers. They are the first sparks of a forge that will temper your calling. Paint a line, hum a tune, write a sentence. Let the act of creating be your protest against despair. Creation is a prayer that says, I will live. Angels love this rebellion of hope and will fan it into usable light. Don't skip. There will be an encounter that looks ordinary, but is actually a corridor to your destiny. A brief conversation at a coffee shop, a glance exchanged at a bus stop, a message sent and then deleted. When you feel a thread tug, pull gently, speak your name plainly. Offer a smile that carries truth. The universe, and heaven above, answer when you do the small brave things. Your name was written beside this promise. You must be careful with the stories you feed your mind. The narrative that says you are finished or too broken to be used is a lie dressed in familiar clothes. Replace it with the counter-narrative. You are being formed, not finished. Say it often. Let those words roll around in your chest until they feel like bone. When doubt snarls at your heels, call back the truth. God says, the story I'm writing with you is longer than one season. Stay till the end. There will be a season when you misstep, a choice made in haste, a brittle word spoken, a door slammed in fear. Do not let the misstep become your identity. Repair where you can, seek forgiveness where it is due, and move forward with a humility that is not shame but wisdom. Angels witness your repair work and rejoice at every mending stitch. Something huge is waiting for you. You will be offered wisdom in strange ways, an overheard sermon, a line in a book, a seed of a thought that grows into clarity. Keep a notebook for these moments. They are the breadcrumb trail of guidance. When confusion clouds your path, read back over those lines and watch how the fog lifts. This is not coincidence. It is the curriculum heaven provides for those who attend to small promptings. Don't skip. There will be a temptation to compare your pain to another's and to feel that yours is less worthy. Comparison is a thief that steals sovereignty. Your experience matters because it belongs to you, and the way you steward it will shape how others find courage. Do not minimize your suffering. Sanctify it by choosing what you will do next. Your name was written beside this promise. Pray for discernment, not just for relief. Discernment will tell you when to speak and when to hold silence, when to move and when to wait, when to give and when to receive. It is the quiet intelligence of the Spirit that keeps you from harm and guides you into fruitfulness. Ask for it plainly. Angels lean toward those who ask for eyes to see rightly. Something huge is waiting for you. You will find that sleep sometimes brings an answer before waking hands can solve a problem. Pay attention to the residue of dreams, the mood, the faces, the colors. Many of you will receive practical solutions in slumber. Act on them when you wake. There is a sacred practicality to dreams that heaven uses to bypass the clumsy logic of waking worry. Don't skip. When the emergency you fear arrives, you may not have every resource you desire. That is part of the testing. Do not wait for perfect conditions to do what you can. Use what you have. Offer what you can. The mustard seed in a hungry hour becomes a feast when handed over to the divine. Angels multiply small, unresting gifts into abundant answers. Your name was written beside this promise. There will be a person you must forgive who has caused deep harm. Forgiveness will not negate the hurt. It will disarm its power over you. Forgiveness is a road you pave for your own feet back to freedom. Walk it not for the other alone, but for your heart's sake. Let the prayer of release be your offering. God says, "Those who forgive unlock doors that vengeance could not open." Stay till the end. You may receive a sudden rush of clarity about relationships that need boundaries. Boundaries are not cruelty. They are a form of love that keeps you available for what is holy. Set them gently, firmly, and without apology. You are allowed to protect the place where your spirit lives. Teach others how to treat you by the standards you set. Angels honor the courage of those who do not apologize for self-care. Something huge is waiting for you. There will be an unexpected messenger, perhaps a child, perhaps an elder, who speaks a truth that lands like an arrow. Do not dismiss giants of truth who come in small packages. Their words may be the exact correction you need. Receive them with gratitude and act on the wisdom they bear. Your name was written beside this promise. Prepare a small chest of practicals, a list of emergency contacts, a stack of cash folded with prayer, important documents in an envelope, a small pack of essentials. These are not for fear, they are for stewardship. When life demands quick action, preparedness frees your spirit from frenzy. Angels love organized hearts that are ready to move. Don't skip. There is power in naming what you will not take into the next season. Speak aloud the things you reject: bitterness, self-loathing, the habit of diminishing your worth. Naming is a sacrament that creates separation between you and what has held you down. After you name, take a physical action and burn the list, tear it, bury it, and mark the motion with a prayer. Your name was written beside this promise. You will be invited to step into leadership in ways that feel too early. Leadership in pain is not about title. It is about stewardship. Lead by listening, by protecting the vulnerable, by telling the truth when it is costly. Those who follow you will be shaped by the way you carry your trials. Angels align the steps of courageous leaders with the will of heaven. Something huge is waiting for you. When the day comes that the tragedy's immediate heat cools, do a ritual of gratitude. Light a candle, speak aloud 5 things you are thankful for, and then set a small goal for the week ahead. Gratitude transforms memory into testimony and pain into narrative with purpose. The angels mark your gratitude and multiply its effects. Don't skip. There will be a song you must sing even when your voice feels thin. Sing it in the shower. Sing it softly to yourself while cooking. Sing it into the night. Song is a kind of armor that stitches courage into your ribs. The melody will become a key that opens doors you did not know were locked. Your name was written beside this promise. Expect a season of reclamation.
Things that were taken will return, not always in the same form, but often better aligned to who you are becoming.
Lost relationships can be renovated. Lost opportunities can be redesigned. Reclamation comes when you have learned the lessons the loss intended to teach. Stand ready to embrace what returns with wiser hands. Something huge is waiting for you. When you tell the story of this hour, do so with honesty and with grace. A testimony that glosses over pain rings hollow. Tell the truth, the depth of your suffering and the height of the mercy that found you. Let your story be a ladder for others. The angels will read your testimony like a hymn. Your name was written beside this promise, and finally, beloved, plant a small marker in your life to commemorate the end of this season. A stone in a garden, a note tucked in a Bible, a tree, a simple glass jar filled with notes of lessons learned. Return to it on days of doubt and remember where you came from and what was given to you in your making. Memory anchors destiny. Don't skip. Stand now and make a small vow in the quiet of your room. I will keep watch. I will act. I will give. I will forgive. I will rise. Say it once, say it daily, say it when the night is deepest. Let this vow be the cord that ties you to heaven's promise. Angels will thread their own song through your vow and walk with you into the morning. Share this message. Comment your truth. Tell one person the single thing you are claiming in faith today. Subscribe for more divine revelations so that others may hear the comfort that has found you. The watch is still on. Heaven leans in. The work is beginning. Do not skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Lean closer, my beloved, for the last things I speak now will press like light into the hollows where fear has found a home. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you, and the final breath of this message is the one that steadies your feet. Hear me. The emergency you feel is real, but it is not the final author of your story. Angels are writing in margins you cannot yet see, and heaven is signing each line with a promise that outlives the ache. There will come a day, perhaps near, perhaps stretched like an elastic into the future, when you wake and notice the world holds its breath for you. In that held breath, you will discover a truth. You have been trained by loss to steward blessing. The very tenderness that sorrow has taught you will become your compass. Do not despise the teacher. Revere the lesson. The blows have not been in vain. They have knotted new strength into your fibers. Your name was written beside this promise, and that writing endures beyond seasons. When the darkest hour arrives, do this. Gather a circle of light. It may be a single candle on a windowsill, a piece of scripture, a hymn hummed softly, a friend who sits without debating your tears. Gather those lights and let them be a small chapel where your heart can unclench. Worship does not cancel pain. It transfigures it into praise that rises like incense. Angels gather around that chapel and steward it as if it were the throne room itself. Don't skip. There will be a moment that feels like legal finality, a judged sentence, a signed document, a no that stings like winter. In that moment, remember that heaven's yes often requires the closing of some doors. The no that cuts you now is the no that protects your future from a worse loss. When the verdict falls, speak the counterclaim. Not my end, my preparation. Say it until your knees steady. The angels register your word as an offering and carry it up where outcomes are enrolled into a larger plan. You must be careful with the small betrayals, the gossip that finds a welcome in a friend's mouth, the assumptions that settle like dust. Confront gently with the courage that seeks truth without shame. Ask for the facts and offer the benefit of honest conversation. The people who remain after such reckonings are the ones who will hold you when the real trial comes. Those who leave are not losses but realignments arranged by heaven to keep you for what is next. Something huge is waiting for you. There will be a providential closing, a failure that reroutes you into what fits your soul. You will look back and see how a broken ladder opened the way to a stair you could not have expected. Gratitude will be a strange companion at first, but cultivate it. In time, you will rejoice not because pain was pleasant, but because the outcome carried a mercy you could not have engineered. Your name was written beside this promise. The ink does not wash out with sorrow. Practice small, steady acts of obedience now. When the Spirit nudges you to speak, speak. When the Spirit nudges you to forgive, forgive. When the Spirit nudges you to act, act. These obedient threads are like stitches that hold the fabric of your future together. You will not see them all, but you will feel the seam where your life holds. Angels attend to obedience because it is a language they understand, and a currency heaven spends to move mountains. Don't skip. There will be a season when the words of others will misfire and sting, when advice will come wrapped in fear or pride. Filter wisdom through the litmus of prayer. Not all counsel is from heaven. Some is human trying to mend what only God can. Keep what resonates with truth and lay down the rest. Be humble in your discernment and bold in your allegiance to the small voice that is faithful. Something huge is waiting for you. You will be compelled to write a letter of letting go, not to send in haste, but to set down your heart in an honest script. Pour out what must be released: regret, unanswered questions, soft accusations you have carried like ribbons. Seal the letter with a prayer and then choose: bury it, burn it, tuck it away. That symbolic motion will become a pivot in your soul, a physical act that names a spiritual boundary. Angels witness the rite and mark it as a turning point. There will be a brave new reaching for the gifts buried by fear. Dust them off. Let your hands learn again the craft that once delighted you. Skill and delight married become a form of worship, a way to honor what heaven has entrusted to you. Use your gifts to bless others, and they will be returned tenfold in forms both seen and unseen. Your name was written beside this promise. Your gifts are part of that inscription. Be open to a strange, small miracle, a reconciliation that surprises you, a gift that arrives anonymously, a voicemail from a voice you needed to hear. All these are tokens of a God who loves to show up in the intimate. Keep your hands open to receive with gratitude. When you receive, name it aloud and give thanks. Gratitude catalyzes more to come. Don't skip. In the climax of your trial, there will be a choice offered before you: to retreat into bitterness or to step into stewardship. Choose stewardship. Decide that your pain will not have the final say. Use what you have learned to build bridges rather than fortresses. In that choosing, you will find allies who echo your resolve and who will help rebuild what the tragedy sought to dismantle. Angels mark such choices and supply the courage to keep steady. There will be a day of reappearance, when aspects of you thought lost return in new form. A laugh that had gone quiet found in the sound of a child, a dream once abandoned reignited. In a conversation, a strength you thought spent revitalized by small successes. Celebrate those returns like watchfires on a hill. Gather people around and tell them what mercy looked like. Your testimony will be a lighthouse to those navigating their nights. Know this: your story will not be contained to the span of your years. It will echo forward. Children yet unborn will inherit the faith you steward now. The compassion you practice will ripple into generations. Your fidelity is a seedbed for futures you cannot yet behold. Live now as if your small acts are the foundation stones for a lineage of hope. Your name was written beside this promise before the first sunrise. And now, as I draw this voice down into the quiet place where your breath meets your ribs, make a final, decisive covenant with heaven and with yourself. I will not be defined by my losses. I will allow healing to find me. I will use what I am given to carry others. Say it once, and then speak it again each morning until it becomes the marrow in your bones. The angels will record your vow and keep vigil over its unfolding. Do not waste the turmoil by shrinking into private despair. Speak your truth into the world. Tell the story of the darkness and the dawn so that others may see a path through their own night. Be a lamp, be a voice, be a hand. Share this message with intention. Comment your truth below, the single raw claim you clutch in faith, and let your words be a beacon. Subscribe for more divine revelation so that the chorus grows louder and steadier. Go now with courage, knowing that even in the face of emergency, you have been chosen for more than survival. You have been chosen for stewardship, for testimony, for the sacred work of turning grief into light. The countdown continues, but it is a countdown toward rescue and toward a purpose that will astonish you. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Share this message. Comment your truth. Subscribe for more divine revelations. Hear me one more time, my beloved, and let these words land like steady rain. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. And in these next breaths, I will hand you the quiet, unglamorous tools that heaven uses to rebuild lives, patience, persistence, small acts of mercy, and the courage to keep naming truth even when the night presses in. Your name was written beside this promise before the first light knew its way across your face, and that inscription holds even when everything seems to unright itself. Angels are not idle. They are marshalling every resource to meet the hour you are walking into. When the emergency you fear edges close, speak a short, fierce prayer and then act on the smallest next thing before you. Do not wait for perfect answers or for every star to be aligned. Move in the direction of the nudge. Send the message. Make the call. Close the door that steals your rest. Open the door that invites life. Action is the sunlight that wakes sleeping possibilities. Angels meet action with acceleration. Heaven multiplies the obedient step. Don't skip. There is a peculiar grace that falls on those who prepare quietly. Make a small list tonight of what matters most, the names you will call when you need help, the papers you will gather should a sudden turn come, the prayers you will pray when words fail. Keep this list simple and carry it like a talisman. It is not for living in fear, it is for living in readiness. Preparedness is a kind of faith that trusts providence but also shows up with hands ready to work. Your name was written beside this promise. When compassion becomes practical, do it without drama. Bring a meal, offer to watch a sick child, sit with someone who cannot find words. These small mercies crack the shell of despair and let new life pour in. Heaven often answers through a human hand that is steady and plain. When help comes to you, when strangers become angels in disguise, receive with both hands and give thanks. Grateful reception widens the channel for more blessings to flow. Stay till the end. Expect a season when your voice is the bridge between two terrified hearts. You will be given words that soothe and direct them. Say them plainly. Speak hope into the room even when you are uncertain. Sometimes faith is a script taught in the moment of crisis. The sound of calm in your mouth becomes a drum that others can follow. Angels take that drumbeat and march it into places logic cannot enter. Don't skip. You will meet opposition that is cunning and quiet, clothed in reason and dressed as advice. Test every counsel by the gravity of peace it leaves behind. If a suggestion comes wrapped in hurry, in shame, or in the intent to make you small, lay it aside. Wisdom often feels like rest. It does not insist. Ask, does this help me steward my calling, or does it draw me away? Let discernment be your lamp. Your name was written beside this promise. Befriend solitude without allowing it to become your prison. There is holiness in alone time when it is used to pray, to plan, to open the pages of your heart to God. But if solitude becomes the way you avoid help or hide wounds, call a friend and invite them into your room. Let their presence be a doorway. The company of the faithful is a balm that binds fresh skin over old wounds. Angels frequently come disguised as people who sit still with you until your breath returns to evenness. Stay till the end. You are invited to begin a small practice of testimony. Each night, name one way you saw mercy that day. Write it down. It may be a cup of tea that soothed a shaking hand, a word that arrived at the right time, a stranger's kindness, the sudden resolve to stand when you wanted to fall. Over weeks, those notes will become a ledger of grace that you can read in darker months, a book that proves heaven keeps accounts even when you forget. Don't skip. There will be a season when you must steward your anger into advocacy. Let righteous indignation become a force that dismantles systems that harm rather than a tool that destroys people. Use your voice to speak for those whose cries are muffled. Anchor your action in love and wisdom. The angels applaud when human hands move with holy intention to repair the broken. Your name was written beside this promise. When the turn arrives, you may not recognize the blessing at first, because it will be wrapped in inconvenience or in a task you did not want. Still, unwrap it with gratitude. Blessings sometimes wear work boots. Say yes to what you can do and then watch as small acts compound into wide restoration. Angels are gifted at amplifying faithful labor into miraculous outcomes. Stay till the end. Keep your heart tethered to ritual. A short prayer in the morning, a moment of silence at noon, a benediction at night. These rhythms do more than mark time. They shape it. Rituals are the frames by which the sacred paints its masterpiece. When storms scour your life, the steady rituals keep the brush steady. Don't skip. There will be a climactic moment when the architecture of this trial will either break you or make you into a house that others can live in. Choose to be a house. Let your walls be wide enough for tenderness. Let your rooms be hospitable to strangers and to the friends who will arrive bruised like you. Make space for songs, for shared meals, for the telling of true stories. This kind of house is the place heaven wants to live in the human story. Your name was written beside this promise. When the dust settles, there will be work to rebuild. Approach the rebuilding like a sacred craft. Measure twice, love deliberately, forgive the nails that bend, honor the ones who lift planks beside you. Mistakes will come. Learn from them and keep building. The end product will be stronger because it was built by hands seasoned in difficulty and softened by mercy. Angels help steady rafters where human hands cannot reach. Don't skip. Finally, commit this truth to your bones. You are not merely a survivor of storms. You are a carrier of the light that storms cannot quench. Your story will be a map for those who follow. When you stand at the shore of what has been lost and call to the ones behind you, you'll find they answer by following. Your voyage through grief becomes a lighthouse for others, and that is a holy exchange. Suffering transmuted into service. Your name was written beside this promise, and the signature is long and sure. Share this message with steady hands. Comment your truth below, one sentence that names the claim you clutch in faith. Subscribe for more divine revelations, so that the ones who still wander in dark rooms can find the lamp you have lit. Go now in courage and tenderness. Keep your breath steady. Keep your feet moving. Keep your hands open. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you.